So I tried everything on this, and there is no indicated power output. A very little output into the headphones, and only one of the channels. So I don't know what's wrong with it. We're going to go ahead and take it apart just for the hell of it. We'll probably just take it back, though. It is kind of a cool looking stereo, but, unless it's something simple or whatever, I don't really have a reason to sit here and spend a lot of time working on it. So we'll open it up. So they actually put washers on this. Well, let's see what kind of surprise we find inside this thing. We got one channel. I think the PA's burned out. That's what I think. All right. Woo-wee! That's a pretty big transformer. There's a spring right here. That's some interesting crap. Tungsten. It's like wood chips inside of here. Let's see here. Take a look at this. Oh, I can't see anything. It looks like it's there. 250 volt, 5 amp. These are common transistors. I would kind of doubt any of them are burned up. Get little foam pads there. Look at that. So this is another thing to be careful of when you're blowing one of these out. Because you can end up blowing them out of here without even knowing they were there. This is the kind of circuits that I know how to work on. However, as far as quickly diagnosing an issue with something like this is a whole nother story. But I like these weights. I do not like trying to figure out one of these ridiculous strings either. It can be a real pain. Anyway, I think this is probably going to be cooked. Maybe in the power supply part. I just don't know why we're only getting part of something. It might be dirty controls. So I may sit on this for a day or two, or I just may take it back tonight and get rid of it. It's easiest to return things in the evening. So anyway, I like to keep it flowing because then I can take it back, and then I know I'm going to buy something probably in the next couple of days, and I'll be done with it. Some things we can do is, if we can find a schematic, we can test for the voltages, stuff like that. We can try and see if there's an issue over here. This is kind of looking like I don't see anything too obvious. I wonder if somebody poked around in here. These kind of look like they've been moved. We got a 2SC3182 and the typical green ones, A1265. I mean, it would be kind of cool to try and fix it if that was like blown up, but chances of it being blown up are pretty slim to none. I mean, like, if it was like new back in the day and somebody blew it up, but nobody's been pushing this thing probably. It's probably not even been powered on in a long time. Interesting though that they wanted $20 for it. They just plugged it in and oh, yep, power's up. So the best ones to get are the older ones that have all the light bulbs, and all the light bulbs are burned out. This one particularly has light bulbs in it too, but where they plug it in and they don't think it works because all the light bulbs are burned out, but it actually works. So in here we've got a bunch of light bulbs that are really would be extremely hard to to deal with. They're up in there, like right there. And I know a couple of them are burned out. The AM one's burned out, and I think the CD one is burned out. So, as cool as this thing is, it probably should just be returned. It's not really worth fiddling with it, I don't think. It's 65 watts per channel. We don't know who the hell it was made by. Stereo expander manufactured under license by SCI Acoustics. So, we do have, these look like power connectors right here, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go take it outside and clean it out. And I just cleaned it out. Look at that. Pretty big difference. Almost looks worth working on, doesn't it? Wow. So, there's some stuff here. There's some burn marks right here. Now we can see that. So we had a failure there. And if we don't find the schematic, there's no way we can repair this thing. Unfortunately, Goodwill should have priced this thing as broken. But so that's definitely toast. Now, it might not be shorted open or not. We got no way to tell what the number of that is. But that's definitely a problem right there. And I kind of thought that I saw something funny in this area earlier. So that's on one of the channels, I would guess. We should have like that one there. So if we look at that one, we can tell what it was, because these are mirror images of each other. And they both look cooked. So we get red, triple red, and then the one that's burnt is going to be the orange red. Let's see, does that one look burnt too? Kind of does. So it just depends if I want to try and fix it. I think I can fix it, but I don't know if I want to. There's the rectifier right here. Bridge rectifier. Could be a problem with that too, so that's another thing that would need to be checked. What are these big caps? What are they? 50 volt? They're also 10,000s. These are I need some of these, but not that size. So we pretty much found the problem real fast. Realistic, it says right here. Okay. So if I can find the schematic for this and see what that goes to, I mean, I know I can repair that part, but that may not make it come alive because I don't really hear anything out of either channel. Let's see. So we have identical circuits here, and it's interesting that this was like pushed over because I think somebody poked around in here. So I hear a little bit of audio out of one of them. Now I don't know how easy it will be to remove this if the bottom of this comes out, because I'm not going to pull this board. I'm too lazy to do that. I got other crap to do. There's a temperature sensor right here. Interesting. Let's have a look on the bottom. So yeah, we can pull the plate off the bottom, which looks very nice actually. So this all comes off the bottom, and then once you remove that, then we can desolder that resistor. But what I want to do is make sure that it's completely failed, because if it's still passing voltage and current, then something else is probably bad too. Pretty interesting. So some of these little trimmer capacitors like this are worth some money in parts, but not when you paid $20. If it was a $2 stereo, it would be another story. So, I don't know. Probably. Wow, look at that. There's another temperature sensor here. Well, all this protection on here, but yet the freaking thing failed. Let's pull the bottom off of here, just for the hell of it. Let's see what we're looking at. They used washers on everything, which is kind of cool. Come on. I'm taking my time because I don't want to booger it up. Using an impact driver isn't always good. Okay. That one. I wonder why they used washers over there. It's funny, I buy a $2 stereo, it works perfectly fine. I buy a $20 one, it's broken. One more right here. Oops. Alright. This looks like somebody repaired this once before, too. So working on something like this is not hard because this cover comes off. Back then they made them to where like they kind of said, okay, well, you can fix this. Okay, so on this one here, even though it looks like it's burned up, they still test pretty much within tolerance, which is not a good thing. So they're not shorted out. They're not the reason that it's not working, but they're evidence that there's a problem. So probably what I'll do is go ahead and put this thing back together and return it, because I'm not interested in trying to chase down a problem on something I don't even need.